What's going on, YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. Welcome to the Mentorship Monday program. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we're a real estate investment company that's into all kinds of cool stuff, including apartment buildings and office spaces and all kinds of neat things, all things real estate. But we also offer, we're not like any other real estate company. We offer lots of free educational services, including this YouTube channel that you guys can learn all kinds of great stuff about real estate investing on. So, if you guys are watching right now and this is your first time watching this channel, or if you've watched this channel a bunch and you haven't done me this one solid, is to smash that subscriber button so you guys get updates on all kinds of great videos we have coming down the pipeline. We do property tours on YouTube. We do some educational stuff in affiliation with biggerpockets.com. All right here on this YouTube channel. So what are you guys doing? Take a minute, smash the subscriber button right now. Do it. And then also, while you guys are at it, pick up your little cell phone here or your computer and write us an email to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. And that will put you as a front row seat, as a guest right here on our Mentorship Monday program. Mentorship Monday goes like this. People email those questions in to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and we answer those questions right here on the air. And they're live. It's a live broadcast. You guys can come and sit and hang out with us. What's up, Adrian? High five. You guys can sit and hang out with us. Adrian, former Mentorship Monday guest here, right? So come on the air. You'll pick mine and Justin's brain a little bit, talk some real estate shop, and we'll record that. And you guys can send it out to your audiences and folks that you got that are in your network. And also other people can watch and learn something too, right? It's a win-win. Helpme@DeRosaGroup.com is where you guys want to send that. That is the email to be on Mentorship Monday right here with me and Justin. So Mentorship Monday is brought to you by DeRosa Insiders. Justin, come on board and tell us all about DeRosa Insiders, man.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Man? How are you?
You know, the reason Adrian is always here is because he did smash that like and subscribe button. And so he gets a notice every time we go live. Adrian, man, thanks for always watching. We appreciate your support. He's great. Listen, DeRosa Insiders, that's what we're here to talk about. DeRosa Insiders is our private community where we share everything that's going on behind the scenes, all this stuff. We're buying a 336-unit apartment complex this week.
336.
And the insiders have been along for the ride.
336. I just thought of that.
The insiders have seen our decision from the very beginning where we sat down and decided, is this a deal we wanted to offer on, how much we wanted to pay for, all the considerations we took into that. They came with us on the due diligence process. They've seen some of our struggles, our underwriting, our evaluation of property management companies. They've seen us when we go to the property. So they get to see all that stuff happening behind the scenes, and you can too. Just text DeRosa, boom, to 66866. We make it nice and easy. Come join us. Text DeRosa, get on our list. Come. There you go. You get free resources. So we'll send you a bunch of stuff. Letters that we put together through COVID, how we're interacting with our tenants, some presentations that you can't really get anywhere else, and also an invite to join DeRosa Insiders. It's only $24 a month. It's absolutely worth it.
Get on board, man.
If you want to get DeRosa Insiders for free for 1 month, all you have to do is follow the instructions over here. We got them here. We got them here. Come on this program. Email helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear from you. We want to answer your questions. We know you're watching. We know some of you guys watch every single week. We're so grateful and appreciative of you guys watching. We want you to ask your questions. So, hey, come try out DeRosa Insiders. You get on this show. You get to try Insiders for a month. We would absolutely love to have you.
Absolutely. So before we get moving with our guest, I wanted to mention to our audience real quick, my wife's company, the Real Estate Invest Her, a phenomenal community to document and support the journey of the woman real estate investor, has just published a book. And I want to just put it out there. This is already an Amazon bestseller, but y'all should check it out. It's called The Only Woman in the Room, compiled by Ashley Wilson, who is an investor herself. And it was published by the Real Estate Invest Her publishing company. You should check it out. Again, it's an Amazon bestseller. It's got these stories and personal stories of 20 different women, and it's called The Only Woman in the Room. You guys need to check it out. It's got 20 different stories. You'll laugh. Liz has told me you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll cheer. You'll be really excited about this book. So check it out. The Only Woman in the Room is the spot to check it out. Justin just dumped, I think that was an attempt at a link in there.
I tried to put the link, but I didn't realize it was going to take 3 comments worth of links. So that might not be
how about
right
that?
one.
Yeah. Let's
We'll try again.
Y'all can figure that out. Justin will get it right. Anyway. So The Only Woman in the Room is one to check out. You can get it on Amazon, but pick that up today, guys. It's an Amazon bestseller. And if you've already read it, write a review. We'd love to have it. Justin, who do we have today? I'll chat with them while you try and fix that link there, that diatribe, the novel you just wrote them.
I'm going to get a new link. Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, our guest, come on, today is Mr. Jacob Reznicki. Jake, what is up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing,
What's
Jake?
going on, guys? I'm extremely excited to be here. And real quick, if I could just say, I've seen the trajectory of the DeRosa Group over the past 2 years going straight up. So if you want to be on any type of similar trajectory, DeRosa Insiders is the place to be. So,
thank you.
I'm pumped to be here.
Guy. What a guy.
And I must say that we also know Jake. He's also, I'm glad to say, he's a friend of mine and Justin's, and he and I we sit about 10 feet from each other on most days. He has an office right next door to mine in our office building with an awesome company called On Air Brands, which you guys need to check out, and their phenomenal product called PodMax. It's a phenomenal product that they have. You guys want to be on podcasts, you want to get your brand out there, PodMax is the place to go to learn more about that. Jake, how are you, man?
I asked Jake to come on today because Jake, we first met at our local RIA, and Jake he's energetic, he's hungry, he's got a lot of questions, he's looking to start his investing portfolio at such a young age, and so we want Jake to be part of this, and he's got questions. So sorry, I jumped in. Jake, answer Matt's question.
I'm going to answer Jake's question.
We're there.
I'm doing good. That's I guess that's the answer to Matt's question. I've been keeping myself busy over the past couple of months at On Air Brands with PodMax. All that is really exciting. But like you said, I'm still on the cusp of starting my real estate portfolio. And that kind of ties into my question today. And I don't know if you guys are ready to get into that.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Bring it on, Jake. How can we help you? How can we brighten your day, man?
So you can see it on the screen now. So Bigger Pockets, they mention their core 4 people a lot of times. I've seen it in a few books and I've seen it in a few videos. They reference the core 4 as the deal finder, the lender, the property manager, and the contractor. So these 4 people, obviously, they're really important and they could be applicable to any real estate deal. But are these always going to be the people that you need on your team in any given deal? And once you identify who the people that you really need in order to get started and get on your way, how do you get into a conversation with them that they take you seriously and that they don't think that they don't dismiss you because of your lack of experience or your lack of portfolio or repertoire?
Okay. It's funny, as much as all the contributing I've done for biggerpockets.com and all that stuff, man, I've never heard of the core 4. I love it. I like it. I like what they're talking about. And all that. And Justin and I have a different 4 seats for multifamily.
Right.
And that's similar, the people that find it, people that manage it. Then there's, the other 2 are not the same. But I think that what I would say is that those 4 people could all be vendors to you. That if I'm an operator, then there's me, and then there's those 4 people that need to be in my Rolodex. And that deal finder could be a realtor, could be a wholesaler, whatever. So I could see that. I think that equation plays on the typical Bigger Pockets, like at least 50% of the Bigger Pockets audience is doing deals that equate to like the BRRRR strategy, which is like the Brandon Turner single or small or super small multi, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units somewhere in there, south of 20 or 30 units kind of thing. And it's also single operator type of stuff, right? So if you're husband and wife combo or whatever, or as you are, I think that core 4 conversation works. As you scale and get into larger real estate, there are more complexities and more people that you need to invite on your team from a vendor relationship. I can tell you, Justin could tell you that our insurance broker becomes an extremely important team member, and I would hate to not include them on our vendor list. My lawyer becomes an extremely important team member once you get into bigger multi. And so I think that from a Bigger Pockets is phenomenal at simplifying conversations, right? About something super complex like real estate, and giving them cool acronym names and coming up with like super general rules of thumb and things like that. Bigger Pockets is great at making things understandable by giving them acronyms and rules of thumb and all that, and wide spectrum explanations. This is another one, but I would not stop at 4. I think they're right, but it's probably more like the core 8, and all that. And I think that, again, to reiterate, it only plays if you're a single operator. What do you think, Justin?
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, the team that you have or need right now on day 1 is not the team that you're going to need on day 10 or day 100 or 300. And it's going to grow and change as you go. And so I would say that for anyone that's hearing, what Bigger Pockets is saying, absolutely important to know people that can get you people. And that, I think, is the clearest way I can say it, in that, Jake, people who are active in the area that you want to be active in, who have connections to contractors, to lawyers, to someone that you can call and say, hey, Justin, I need a lawyer. I found a deal. I need a lawyer to help me through this, right? Well, you've got someone you can call for that answer. You don't need that all necessarily right up front, because you're going to call a lawyer and say, hi, I'm Jake. One day I'm going to have a house for you. I just wanted to talk to you. You don't really need to do that ahead of time. What you do need is to know someone that can make an intro for you when you're ready, right? And so you want to have a plan as far as, okay, I know, I'm going to need an attorney, but you don't necessarily have to go and try to line everyone up, because part of your concern is, how do they talk to me when I have no experience? Well, as soon as you have that deal, now you got something to talk about, right? As soon as you have an opportunity, you can talk real numbers and real information.
And I think that the one last seat that's absolutely necessary on the bus, they're on, to have on that core team, and that's left out of what you just said, is your network, your community of other real estate investors. And that could turn into mentors or potential partners. And that community could also be deal finders, and all that, but it also could be just people to bounce things off of. And that's definitely available through biggerpockets.com, through their forums and things like that. But no real estate investor that I know of operates in a vacuum, no successful one. That you really need your community, because so many different facets, so many different angles of real estate, that it's important to have your community to run things by. So, hey man, should I, like do this or do that, or hey, do you got a good lawyer or whatever? For any number of things, to have access to people's Rolodex, or to just have people to run things by, or whatever it is. That's for all those reasons, I think that the core 4 concept is interesting, but I think it should very quickly be expanded beyond that. I think that any newish real estate investor that's doing smaller deals will need all 4 of those people, unless they're self-managing. If they're self-managing, then but yeah, those 4 people I think are necessary, but I think it's a way deeper bench than that. So
I think it'd be great if you start with the goal in mind and start working backwards. So if you have a goal to buy a rental property, let's say a Burr property in whatever town, right? Let's say it's a town close to you. Who is operating in that town that can help get you what you need, right? And so you join a local RIA, you volunteer, you get in with the people that are running that, who are well connected, who is well connected, who's flipping in that area, who's already doing the Burrs, right? Connect with those people, as I know you are doing, but others can do as well. But let's say you've got that goal. I want to buy a house that I can Burr, rent out. Maybe it's a house hack, whatever your goal is, and start working backwards. What do I need for that? Okay, well, how am I going to pay for this theoretical house? Do I need a private lender, or do I qualify on my own? How am I going to find this house? Do I have a realtor that knows the local area, or do I want to go the wholesale route, or do I want to do my own mailings? And if I'm going to do that, well, then what do I need to do my own mailings? I need to learn how to do it. I need to get the resources together. I need to know what goes into a good letter. And you start to sort of build out a plan by working backwards, answering all these questions, and then you start to realize where your gaps are. And that's the people that you can plug in, or the education that you can get, because there's certainly books and YouTube videos and things like that you can get to, but you'll start to realize the gaps that you have in your plan, and you start to fill it in.
Gotcha. And I think coming back on what I gathered from all this is the plan kind of plays a big role in it, knowing who you're going to need and when you're going to need to talk to them. It's not about necessarily having everybody lined up, having all your ducks in a row, because it's hard to get all your ducks in a row. But like you said, Justin, once you find a deal, you have something to talk about. So kind of knowing who you'll need, but not necessarily having that conversation beforehand, but being there ready with a deal in hand.
It's a delicate balance. Same with analysis paralysis. It's sort of the same idea where you get stuck in, do I know too much? Do I not know enough? How much do I need to know before I'm ready to move the next step? How many people do I have to have in place before I'm ready to move to the next step? I don't know. I might need someone tomorrow that I've never even thought about for my next deal. But I know a lot of people that are well connected in the places that I need to be connected. And so I do know that if someone calls me for, I need an appraiser in North Carolina, right? I know people in North Carolina that can probably find me an appraiser, right? So I'm connected to enough people that I don't need to have the answer for every possible scenario, for every possible type of person I might need to talk to. But having people that can help me. Exactly. Your network will help you.
That's why the network's the most important, because your network could probably give you all 4 of the other seats on the bus. It's like, hey, John, you got a property manager in Kentucky? Yeah, I got a property. Yeah, he's this guy, or, I need a lender. My current lender seems to be jacking me. Can I get you somebody? Who else you got to borrow? Here you go. Right. So I think that the network is actually more important, because the network could produce those 4 things,
Right.
And that's why that would be my my final thought on the whole thing, is that it's really above all of it is your real estate network, your peer and your mentor network.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
So I have one quick follow-up question, and it's kind of
Please.
going off of Justin's analysis paralysis relation that he made there. The one thing that I feel like a lot of new real estate investors run into the problem with is obviously money. And I know Matt is the guy to talk to about raising capital, and Justin has obviously done it himself as well. But so how it's obviously tricky to go about contacting sellers if you're not 100% sure that you're going to have the financing to back it. And it's hard to reach out to lenders when you don't necessarily have a deal in hand. So how would you say balancing that works?
Okay. So I think that it depends on what kind of deal structure you want to do, right? So if you're going to go and buy the BRRRR strategy deal or the beater fixer upper to buy a property at a beater price and fix it up and make it a really nice property and refinance it to pull that capital out, right? Or if you're going to go and try and buy a smaller mid-sized multifamily like Justin and I are doing and bring in equity investors, then either way, you need to determine. And my book, Raising Private Capital, easy plug there. My book talks about which investors better suit those seats and those business plans, right? You will then, if you read the book, you'll fit. And I actually know you have read it, but it'll fit. You'll figure out. You read the book, right?
Of course, I read the book.
Okay, good. Did you read it? Did you read a review yet? Did you read a review?
I can't say I did actually. So I got homework now after the fact.
Busted.
How do I boot him off of this call?
That's it. Out.
Love
you. Okay, read a review. My book will tell you about angling around whether you want to go debt or equity. Then you want to line those people up ahead of you finding a deal. And again, the book tells you how to do that too, about just getting some people in place. Say, hey, Joe or Sally, whatever. If I produce a deal that looks like this, would you be open to loaning me money at, I don't know, 10% interest or something like that? Would you open to invest? If I could find something that could make you a reasonable cash on cash return on your money, would you happen to have $50K you could give to me to put on my deal? Get the yeses first. Okay. Not signed agreements, the verbal. Yes, sure. Right. I would. Right. Get yourself a half dozen of them at least, and then go find the deal. And that'll give you that level of confidence that you've got these investors that are standing behind you that are able to do the deal structure you want to do in that. And then once you find them, then you can move forward. But I don't agree that in this economy, it's important. I do agree that it's in this economy. It's very important to to line these folks up first and not do it the other way, which is just find the deal, cross your fingers, hope the money shows up. Because I've seen closings can be very aggressive, and people aren't going to give you 2 inches to close, and like in extensions and things like that. So I would highly recommend you find the money in general, the general money, that if I find something that meets, would you take a look at it? And then find the deal, send it off to all those people, and at least a few of them are going to say yes.
Yeah. And just to take that one step further is, beyond just conversations, put a deal packet together. Could be you find a house, the perfect burr that just sold for X, and that you would put Y into it. Put that together and say, look, this house was in this town on this street. It sold for X. I would have bought it for here. I would have put $20,000 into it. Here's what the numbers would have looked like. Here's how I would have used your money. Here's how it's legal. Here's the, common questions. And that way you get like that sort of early stuff out of the way of, is this legal? How am I going to get my money back? How do I sue you if I have to? Like all that kind of stuff that at first, an investor might have in you, and they vet you, so that when you come back to them with the next deal packet for the real deal that you've got ready to go, you say, hey, this is just like that other deal, except here's the, the 7 things that are different. But all that other, the terms, like all that's done already. They've already answered those questions. Now you're ready to go.
Awesome.
That's a golden nugget for sure. I've never heard that before. Thanks for that,
Really
Justin.
good question that just came in here. I want to address it real quick. This came from Sean. Sean, good question, man. How do you deal with jealousy? Jake, you're having to weigh on this too. How do you deal with jealousy between peers, family, and outsiders? Right. Unfortunately, due to jealousy, we have to hide our properties from everyone. That is causing growth to be harder for us. First of all, Sean, send that to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. We'd love to have you on the show. And
we could do a whole show on that.
Man, I could go for an hour and a half on that one because, like that's an interesting thing. So I got two true responses. Haters are going to hate, and you can't let a-holes hold you back in your growth. For people that are going to hate on you for what you got and what you're building and everything like that. I've got people that have looked at what I've built as a business owner, and I can tell they're a little, these guys got this. I'm not going to let that hold me back on my growth, because people that are really my true friends that are aligned with what I'm doing and that are cheering for me no matter what are still my friends now that I've built what I've built, right? That's number one. Number two, I think that you might be making that bigger in your head that people are unless you've got true ones. Maybe it is, but instances of people that are actually, straight up made comments or hated on you or whatever. The people have their own lives and everything like that. And I think that hopefully they're cheerleaders. And if they really are haters, then you got to watch who you hang out with, because at the end of the day, you are the sum of the people that you spend your time with. And if those people are all trying to pull each other down and hold each other back and not cheering for each other for success, that's not who I would want to hang out with, man. So go ahead, Jake. Go ahead, Justin and Jake. What do y'all got?
So, Sean, I would love for you, please email us. We would love to get into this topic.
I'd love to talk to you
about it. You said peers, family, and outsiders. So, outsiders, there's not much you can do about what an outsider says about what you're doing. And frankly, you shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Family, family's tough, and everyone's got different family dynamics. And so, if you have a family that is, for whatever reason, hating on your success or not wanting to hear about your properties, then, there's only so much you can do. And maybe you just don't talk about it as much. But your peers, you can pick your peers. You pick people that you hang out with. And to Matt's point about the people that you're hanging out with and surrounding yourself with, if you're hanging out with people that are dragging you down or not motivated in the way that you're motivated, Sean, then you can build a new peer group, and you can go to masterminds, and you can go to networking meetings and go to conferences and build up a new group. I used to be in a very similar spot. I found folks that prop me up and support me, and I then feel like I need to even be better to match what they're doing, and they push me, and that is great, right? And nothing is better than feeling like they're cheering on your success, but also know you can do better and pushing you even further.
Jake, you want to throw something in?
Sure. I mean, I can really echo everything you guys are saying in terms of the 5 people you spend the most time with are largely going to be are going to feed into your attitude. And I'm going to quote Eric here real quick. How could I go for a live segment without quoting Eric? A rising tide lifts all boats. So if these people are punching holes in your boat, then maybe it's time to reanalyze and readjust accordingly.
Whose water you're putting your boat in, right?
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is and Dave, and we normally don't. I love having a few chats with some folks leaving comments. Normally we just ask folks to send them in, but this is such a viable conversation. I really wanted to address it. Dave had a comment here, which is interesting. You got to have a winning attitude, which made me think about what you just said, Jacob, about people punching holes in your boat. If you've got a winning attitude, if I am a winner and I'm winning in life, I am a winner and I'm winning in life and I have a winning attitude. And Justin can tell you most of the time I got a winning attitude and it is contagious. People, when I come off like a winner, other people get that and people want to associate and tie into other winners. And so because I come off like a winner, people want to be around me. People want to be around Justin, and Jacob's a winner too, right? Right. You got a winning attitude as well, Jacob, right? So at the end of the day, people want to be around winners. And so if you got people that are throwing rocks at you for your winning or whatever, you got the wrong people. But I think that it also goes back to your attitude, Sean. In that. So it goes back to, if you're building what you're building and you're building it with confidence and with a winning attitude, like I'm not better than anybody. I'm just doing what I'm doing because I want to live a better life and you can too. Right. And you collaborate and share and teach them how to do what you're doing. You're going to build your network and you're going to have and instead of haters, you'll have the biggest raving fans that you got.
Absolutely. So, and Dave, your latest comment, when you're young, it's an uphill climb and people not taking you seriously. That actually ties back into, something that Jake brought up earlier, which is, how do I have these conversations with attorneys and lenders who, when I don't have any experience? Well, bring something of value. If you've got a deal, the lender, the other people, they don't care. You got a deal. Let's go. Let's get to work. They're not asking you how old you are. They want to help you, right? Title company's not saying, oh, this guy's only 23. I don't want his business, right? You got to just go out there, put yourself out there, hustle, add some value and bring something of value to the table. Yeah.
I'm seeing more and more successful young people come into this space. We've got a mutual team member, Justin, who's in his mid-20s and he's crushing it,
Absolutely.
And all that. So cool. Jacob, thanks for being here. Sean and David, thanks for your contributions as well. Don't forget, guys, help me at DeRosaGroup.com is where y'all send your real estate questions if you want to get on the show live with us. Jacob, good stuff, man. Jacob gets a free month to Insiders for free as a thank you for being here today. I know you'll contribute. I'm sure you'll be on the air with in the Insiders program. Looking forward to having you there with us.
100%.
Cool. And I'm looking forward to seeing you around the office, man. And if y'all want to hear more about Jacob, check him out at PodMax or On Air Brands, or the companies that he works with about elevating people's brand through podcasting and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
All right.
Hey, Jake, stay on. I'm going to drop you down, but stay on there, Jake. Hold on.
Cool.
Good stuff, man. Another good one.
Man. Yeah. Shit got real, huh?
It's so important, though. It's so important. And, to Jake's original question, I do feel like a lot of times when people are getting started, they feel like they've got to have 100 items checked off the list before they can start moving forward. And, not only the analysis paralysis, but having those team members is a big, yes, it's super important. But I think the summary of what we said is in your network. Having people that can find you the people, that's even more important. And so then you can just move forward knowing that
seems to be the underlying theme today, man. It's really all about network. And that's what had to do with with Sean's question too, about being around positive people. So
absolutely.
Real Estate said the replay's coming right back out after this. So you can watch the whole thing. It's a really good episode, man. You got to watch it. Cool. That's what we got. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com if you want to join us on the show. DeRosaGroup.com/insiders, or text the word DeRosa to 66866 to join our insiders community and have cool conversations like this on a regular basis. We're going to be doing a happy hour on Friday with a happy hour, cocktails optional if you want to have them with us to celebrate the closing on our biggest deal ever, a 336 unit complex, which is closing on Friday. The Insiders Group have been watching this deal from the beginning all the way up till today. It has been a phenomenal ride, which Insiders has gotten a front row seat to watching. We are going to celebrate that with you guys on Friday. So You guys got time to join Insiders. We'll share our best stories, share lessons, share some funny stories, share all kinds of great stuff about that deal. So make sure to join us on Friday at 5:00, I think, right? Do we know what time yet?
Friday at 5
Eastern. Cool.
All right.
Justin, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Hey,
Thanks for watching, guys, and have a
have
great,
a great
profitable week.
week.